I used to have a Costco membership. Well, back then it was the Price Club. I know, I'm dating myself. Anyway, I thought I could save money by buying in bulk. I would calculate the price of something per ounce and conclude that Costco was a way better deal for me than the regular supermarket. But things cost us in more ways than just the purchase price. I live alone, and a single person doesn't need most things in that kind of volume. Even if I can get a gallon of mayonnaise at Costco for half of what it costs per ounce at the regular supermarket, I can't use all that up in time. It takes up way more space to store than a smaller, more suitable size, and whatever I can't finish before it goes bad will have to be thrown out. And then I'll feel guilty over wasting mayonnaise and have to struggle with tossing it in the garbage. I'm not running a restaurant, so I don't need to buy a 24 pack of kitchen towels or a case of window cleaner. You know how they say in New York City it's better to have a friend who owns a car than it is to own your own car? Well, if you're single, it's better to have a friend who has a Costco membership than to have your own Costco membership. I like to bake, and there are some ingredients I go through a lot of, like walnuts and maple syrup. I've confided in a few trusted friends about my hoarding issues, and two of them have Costco memberships. They've kindly agreed to pick up the few things I need from Costco when they make a trip there. This is a perfect way for them to help me because A, it keeps me out of the warehouse of temptation, and B, I only ask for what I truly need from Costco because I don't want to abuse their generosity. I think way back to when my hoarding tendencies were first cropping up, but before I was in any trouble or realized I had a problem developing. Back then, I had no idea what was waiting ahead for me further down the line. I didn't have an overwhelming amount of stuff, and I loved getting a good bargain. You know the free gift with purchase promotions at the cosmetic counters? Those were my Achilles heel. Who doesn't love cute little travel-sized cosmetics that come in an adorable pouch? And it's free if you spend a minimum amount. Ever notice how that minimum amount is just above the price of a single item? How you have to buy a second item in order to qualify for the gift? I'm ashamed to say how many times I fell for that marketing trick. Even though I no longer fall for the free gift with purchase, I'm still dealing with the consequences of what I did over 20 years ago. Even free things can cost us. Because I have such difficulty discarding even useless items, these free items take up precious space in my home, my mind, my life. They steal time away from more life-affirming, joyful experiences I could be having. One friend suggested I get a storage space to deal with my clutter. I refused because all it would do is move things out of sight, out of mind, while I have to pay for the storage space, even more cost. I want to grab this bull by the horns. I don't want to pay to house the bull out in a pasture where I just don't see it and will avoid dealing with it. I want to work on changing my mindset about things. I want to work towards freeing myself from these items as opposed to being enslaved by them. Now when I'm in a situation where I have to decide if I'm going to acquire something, instead of asking myself, how much will I save on this item? I ask myself, if I take this item home, how much is it going to cost me? Do I have space for it? Do I have time for it? And if it turns out I don't need it or use it, how difficult is it going to be for me to get rid of it? Because all of those factors are the price I pay for any item I acquire. I don't want to save dollars at the cost of my quality of life.